If you want to put yourself in a position where your financial goals can be easily met, then learning how to properly manage your money is something that you should prioritize. So in today's video, I'll be sharing with you guys a method that I personally use as a teenager that will hopefully help you to reach your financial goals and get you on a track towards financial freedom. So in order to actually manage your money, you first need to have an income source of some sort, whether that's mowing your lawn, having an actual job, anything that's bringing you a consistent source of income. Then once you have that consistent source of income, you can start to do things that most kids our age are not doing. And they're really simple things, right? For example, not spending or going out to eat every single weekend with your friends. And, if you're hearing the stuff I'm saying and you're kind of like, bro, you only live once. Well, if you're trying to get financially independent in the future, I'm not saying like for all of your life, don't spend anything. Like, the penny pinchers you see on YouTube, they'll tell you to save every bit of money, like make coffee at home, like go to Starbucks, dude. But the thing is, if you have goals to be financially independent in the future, then there are steps that you're going to have to do now, such as sacrificing not going out to eat, such as sacrificing not spending money on that video game, right? Those are things you're going to have to do if you have high goals for yourself. If you don't want those goals, then fine, you can not have those goals and do all those things I just said. But for those goals, you have to be doing those sacrifices. And that, I think, is what really gets to a lot of people. But I'm not saying, like I said, that those things aren't possible in the future, because once you are financially independent, you can do all of those things as much as you want. But in order to get there, you have to be smart about what you do with your money. And getting yourself strong financial habits at a young age is setting yourself up for a very successful future. Whether you want to go into the workforce, whether you want to go to college to get a degree, to get a job, or whether or not you want to start your own business. If you just use these financial habits when you're younger, that'll implement into your brain as you continue on throughout life, which will really just set you up while everyone is spending money on alcohol and whatever they spend their money on in college. You will have a good understanding of where you want to be in the future, and you'll be making the right steps to get there. But I do think there's ultimately a balance that you should have. I've been on both extremes. There's been times where I've just saved every single dollar I've had, and there's been times where I've spent every single dollar I've had. And I do think that there should be a balance in between there, where you're doing smart things with your money, but then you're also using that money to live your life, right? And to have fun. So like I said, I'm not saying save all your money. I'm just saying make smart decisions, but also have fun on the side. So getting into this method, the only requirements that you're going to have are a checking and a savings account. That's ultimately all you're going to need. If you are under the age of 18, your parents, if you don't already have one, would have to register one under your name, probably under like a local bank or whatever it is. But once you actually turn 18, if you are 18, then you can start a bank account on your own, where you'll have both a checking and savings account under your name. Now, if you are under the age of 18, there will be some restrictions that I've had to go through, which are kind of annoying because you're dealing with your own money, but you can't access it, which makes sense because you're under the age of 18. And this goes with taking money out of your savings account. I think there's a couple of other things that you cannot do because you are not 18 yet. Now, something that if you are wanting to be financially independent in the future that I would not consider optional is an investment account. And if you are under the age of 18, you can find a custodial account on Stockpile, which I mentioned before, or just other investment apps that allow you to, it's kind of how the banking, right? The banking works. So you'll have your parent register, and then you'll register, and they'll be your custodian. So then you can invest just under their permission. But if you're 18, there's tons of options where you can set up investments accounts. But investing is one of the best things you can do for yourself at a young age. I see a lot of people saying, like, if you're into this finance niche, I see a lot of guys telling you to don't like sell all, if you've been investing, sell all of your investments and just work towards a side hustle, put that all towards a side hustle. Or instead of investing into the stock market, invest that all into a side hustle. Yeah, that's something you should do, but I don't think you should be putting nothing into your investments. Like, I think if you want to accumulate wealth over time, then you should be putting a little bit of money at the very least into investments, such as stocks, crypto, whatever it may be. And then, yes, put money into side hustles. If you do want to make a lot of money, that's going to be your best option. But I do think there should be a balance between putting money into your investments and putting money into side hustles, which essentially are the same thing. One's more risky because you are going to have to do work with that money, but the other, you're just parking your money there, which will accumulate around 10% if you're doing the S&P 500. So with a savings account, a checking account, and an investments account, and a consistent source of income, you are ready to start this method. So the method is exactly as follows. It's very simple, nothing revolutionary. And all you are doing is taking a percentage of your income. So you have that consistent source of income. You're going to take a percentage of that, and you're going to either save or invest that percentage. For me, because I'm living at my parents' house right now, I'm in high school, what I'm doing with my money is I'm taking 50% of that, and I'm going to invest 25% and save 25%. And then 50% of that goes into my checking. Now, what I do with my checking account is that's for my needs. That's for maybe a want here and there if I want to spend some money on a want. But I also use that towards side hustles as well. And that 50% is there to just grow my net worth over time, because it's just accumulating. Every time I get $1, 50% of that goes away where I'll never see it until I'm older. Where the other 50%, I get to use that until I make a lot more money, right? And that's, I think, a very important thing. So the big thing here that I want you to take away is put away a percentage of your money. This could be I want you to come up with a number. Like, don't just follow what I say. Come up with a number that fits your situation. If you're paying for a lot of your needs, then maybe it's 75% in your checking account. Maybe it's 25% in your investments and savings. Really try to figure out what a good percentage would be. But the key here is to consistently put away a percentage of your money every time you receive some. This will ultimately just set you up, like I was saying before, for a good financial future, because this is a great habit to have, and this can adapt depending on your income level. Like, if you were to work towards a side hustle and start making really good money, dude, there's, like Iman Ghazi even said, there's what he does is I think it's either 80 or 90% of his money he invests, and 10% is what he spends for himself. And that's because he grew his income so much to where he's able to do things like that. And his 10% is like 200,000, I think, a year, which honestly is crazy, but that is very achievable in the grand scheme of things. Like, I'm not going to sit here and tell you what you can or cannot do. It's all up to you. But yeah, just invest a percentage of your money. That is going to set you up for success. That's honestly all I have for this video. Like I said, it wasn't revolutionary, but be smart with your spending, be smart with your saving, and ultimately just put away a percentage of your money every time you get some, and slowly but surely you'll start to see that money is starting to build and snowball. But that's all I have for today, guys. I will see you next Monday for the next topic. So see ya.